So this is the wedding dress I'm going to be wearing for my courthouse wedding. It is a short pink dress that's not even originally a wedding dress. And so because it's going to be a shorter dress, I knew how important, how cute the wedding garter was going to look. So originally I was just going to buy a Doctor Who wedding garter online to be my something blue, but then I realized there was a franchise that I loved even more than Doctor Who, and that was Sailor Moon. And that's when I decided I was going to DIY and craft a Sailor Moon wedding garter. So my materials were this white and blue ribbon that I got from Michael's, and then this red ribbon that I got for 50 cents from a thrift store. And of course, elastic as well. And this was the most expensive item, which was this Sailor Moon necklace charm. So after I measured my thigh, it was time to make the wedding garter. So I kept messing up making this garter and was getting really frustrated, and instead of going over the process of making the garter like I did in making the veil from my last video, so I don't have to relive the trauma of making this garter and messing up until I got it the third time. Yes, this video you are seeing right now is my third attempt of making the garter. I'm just gonna go over why I love Sailor Moon so much and why it's such an important franchise to me. So I'm not sure if Pokemon or Sailor Moon was the first anime I ever watched. They're both kind of interchanged and switchable in my head of which one I was watching first as a kid. But Sailor Moon was definitely the one that stuck with me the most, and that's for two reasons. One, it was the first time I saw a full team of superheroes made up of only women. Yes, there's Tuxedo Mask, but we know he's only here to be the damsel in distress for Usagi. And two, it was because Sailor Moon to me represented having learning disabilities. And I was not the only person who saw this, as from what I saw in this podcast that featured Christian from the Kitchen and Jorn show.
Really started you with that magical girl Sailor Moon transformation really early on. I will say that like Usagi is like very ADHD coded, and then like she like turns into Sailor Moon, who's like more pulled together. So like actually is Sailor Moon an ADHD metaphor? Because Usagi's like she doesn't do her homework and she's like I love food but I'm distracted and oh my life's a mess.
And then she takes Adderall and she becomes Sailor.
And this clip to me very much represents what Usagi as Sailor Moon means to me. For the first time in my life, I saw a superhero who had learning disabilities, at least in my eyes. I was diagnosed with dyslexia in 4th grade, but before that, I of course had huge issues with reading comprehension.